Sweet. So, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. It was low key. It was what?
You look like one have you seen Love is Blind?
No.
Like they sit the craziest or like when a girl's on the phone and talking to her friends, she's like sitting upside down with her feet
on the wall like this. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, exactly.
That's what you feel like. You should be.
Yeah. I don't know how to sit. I'm sick of sitting like a professional. But what I do this weekend, Friday. I couldn't tell you what I did Friday. Oh, Friday I had two buddies come over. We had a couple beers. They left early. Kept it casual. Saturday. Did a workout with the lady. Then did some grocery shopping. Got home late. Just kind of stayed in, hung out, just the two of us. Sunday, we went on our first hike. I learned you do need proper hiking shoes to go on a hike here. I wore my most worn-out work boots, and it had snowed this past week. So getting up the mountain or this trail, the 2 miles we did, was difficult. And I was like, oh, this is bad. I was like, I can't wait to go down. And then realizing having to go down on ice skates is 10 times worse.
Yeah.
You're just, it was
picking up speed.
At one point, I was like, this is dangerous. And the lady is, she was a good 50 yards ahead of me going down.
Because she had good
yeah,
boots?
She went to school in the mountains, so she has hiking boots. She's like, I did this every weekend for like 2 years. I was like, oh, you and I had two very different college experiences.
I just assume you're in those stupid slides.
No, I actually did wear those. I wore those on the first hike we did, or like I guess it wouldn't. This is like our first hike, and then the other one was just kind of like. I don't know. We walked uphill for a very brief amount of time. I'd call it a stroll, an uphill stroll, not really a hike.
Yeah.
And I wore those slides, and they're still in the laundry room waiting to get cleaned, just covered in mud.
Good. Keep them there.
Yeah. I haven't worn them yet.
Disgusting things there.
Yeah. Since that little uphill stroll, haven't worn them at all. And then, spent kind of the afternoon in Boulder. Gorgeous day in Boulder. Everyone was out and about. There's happy hours. People were drinking, eating food. I was like, all right, this is kind of nice. I like this. And then obviously the lady loves it because she's not a big city girl. So she's like, oh, this is more open, and I like it here. I'm like, it's also a college town. She goes, yeah, well, I'm closer to college than you are. I go, yeah, but the funny thing about a college town is it's fun, but you keep getting older, and they keep getting younger or staying the same age. Like it gets worse and worse each year.
Yeah, or
stay 18
if you're Matthew McConaughey, you love that,
Yeah, that's different. He's a professor.
But that's his famous saying. Like I keep getting older, and they keep saying the same age.
Yeah, I don't think we should endorse that comment.
That's fair. Maybe we shouldn't.
I don't think we should endorse that at all. That's all right. How was your weekend?
It was good. Did some shows. I worked with Ian Bagg, comedian Ian Bagg. He's one of the better crowd work people I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just the amount of energy he can sustain doing crowd work is crazy. Because like crowd work, as you and I know, is quick and on the spot. And then you have material that goes with it. But he can go crowd work for a long period and still be on it,
It's nice. I've seen plenty of clips of him. He looks fun to work with. And just fun to be at a show. I haven't seen him live, but I would like to.
Yeah, he's an energetic guy, so he's great. I did that. Worked with the comedian Johnny Wynn, who had just the wealth of knowledge on cameras and setups, and they filmed it all, and he was the feature comic, but he knew receivers and all these different things, and
cool. Did you get a camera? Any information for yourself on getting a camera?
No, because I felt like he knew too much. You know, like you ever notice that?
Yeah,
Like,
well, it goes over your head. You're like, shit. Shit.
yeah.
I
told
asked
him
you for help with my Legos, Dad, not how to build the skyscraper.
yeah, I told him like, hey, I want to get a new camera and like this and that. And as soon as he started talking, I knew I was in the deep end. You know, I didn't.
It's like telling someone who like, hey, do you speak Spanish? And it's one of my jokes. You go un poco, and they go, oh, cool. I give you like Spanish 4 level sentences now, and it's just they rifle it off like, dude, less, please,
Yeah.
less.
Yeah. So we kind of briefly talked about it, but obviously I didn't like gain any knowledge. But he was so knowledgeable about it, so that was cool, and he was very funny. So that's always a plus. So
That's good. That's good. I'm glad. I saw there's some online article about Don't Tell, and
oh yeah, that came out. I did an article.
I didn't read it.
Good, don't. It's fine. I'd name drop you in it, obviously.
Yeah.
That's the only way you would get to read it.
Yeah, if I'm tagged in it, I'd be like, oh, interesting.
Let's see what he said about me. But no, I did this article with this guy, and he was so brief. It was like the briefest conversation I had.
Like a 3-question interview, and he's like, I'll take it from here.
And then he goes, all right, well, I have another call right now, but I'll let you know when it comes up. And I was like, all right. So I was like, I don't know if I'll ever see this. And then he emailed me and was like, hey, do you have any photos and stuff? And I was like, okay, yeah. It was great talking with you. Like, I was like, even though we talked so briefly. But the article was great. He wrote a good piece off of like he did a lot more with the small like bits than I thought it was.
What did he ask you? Like, is
the
show secret?
Yeah, you know, Don't Tell. And he kind of like, he already knew the premise since he went to Don't Tells. So, like, I didn't have to explain what it was. But he just kind of wanted to know what makes Don't Tell comedy, like, unique and things like that. So, yeah. So it wasn't too much. But it was good. It was fun. I was happy to oblige and get some credit on there.
Speaking of Don't Tell, I think I might have told you this, but I don't think so. Your co-partner, your ex-co-partner, Mr. Hoffman, who used to help you run Don't Tell, he messaged me out of the blue. I mean, I think 1 week into me being in Denver. He doesn't know I live here now.
Okay.
I haven't spoken with him since he's had his child.
Yeah.
He just messages me out of the blue, no context. He goes, dude, I've been stretching lately. I feel 10 years younger. That's it. And I shot him. I was like, okay, this is weird, but I know I used to like help train him a little bit. And I was like, that's great to hear, man. Hope the workouts are going well. How's the family? How's the kid?
Yeah.
No response. None. Just wanted to tell me he was stretching and that he feels younger. And that was it. He goes, yeah, I don't give a shit what you think or anything else. Just want to let you know I feel like a gazelle.
That's funny. That's very funny. Yeah, I saw him not too long ago, little baby and stuff. Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm working out all the time, you know, just getting. And I was like, oh, he just wants to stay healthy for the child. So
I feel like a kid will do that. Having a kid has got to put you into overdrive of like, I got to be fit. I'd like to live to see this kid make it to 2, and I probably should be making more money.
Yeah. I think that's a good point. Like that's the reason. But hey, you know, good for him that he's stretching. You know, I think stretching is this
Did
might
he look
be
more limber?
No.
Okay.
I mean, he wasn't like doing jumping jacks when I saw him. I also think this is a point that I don't know how much stretching does.
It helps a lot.
I used to there's a guy in the military. Well, he was in the military, and he was my pitching coach when I went to college for a few years. And he was he played for like Ohio State, and he was just old and like had a very like military based mentality. And he would always have like these weird platitudes of like, he goes, if running helped pitching, Ethiopians would be hell. Now get there and I'm like, well, what does that even mean?
I mean, I kind of like that.
Yeah, but he also would say this. He always we'd be like, "Oh, coach, I gotta go stretch," and he goes, "Stretch? You think we stretch in the military? Do you think a bomb is dropping? We just thought, we gotta get stretching. No, we got right to action. Stretching doesn't help anything." I was like, all right.
I like the idea, like this always, I think it's funny to people who are like, listen, first and foremost, love our troops, love America, thank you for your service. However, I feel like I needed to get that out of the way. I love the idea of like, oh, he was in the military. I listened to him about all fitness advice, or just listen to him because he's the most sage person. You also know a lot of people who signed up for the military because we all thought that's your only path. Like it was, we know a lot of people signed up like, I feel like a dishonorable discharge is coming.
I think that's very funny. I mean, he was just like had all these weird things, and it's like also times have changed. I assume in the military they don't just run, like you stretch and before you perform.
Yes, absolutely. Times have definitely changed.
Yeah,
Stretching is important. But also, he's not wrong. Like, if a bomb goes off, no one's like, hey, guys, butt kicks, high knees, give me a few figure four stretches, then we run. Like, that would be ridiculous. So he's not wrong, but also
not right.
Maybe stretch just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. I want to...
Hang on, do you want me to turn on my camera again? I'll let me turn off the camera and turn it back on.
It's only been on for 15 minutes. Fine. Do your thing. Change it. I'll get to my little game.
It's good. It's good.
No, just do it now. Do it now.
Oh, so now you want to... God.
Just do it now because, we're only doing like 45 minutes anyways.
All right. So you said you had a little game for me.
It's a game, and I kind of, we could do something with this later, but we won't. I know you usually have something, but I wanted to become prepared today. So move down here. Obviously, looking for work, doing all the job searching things. You're doing all the – the alarm needs to stop. So, and I've noticed this in years past, and it's gotten worse. But like years ago, before looking for a job out of college, you know how – you're building your resume. Everyone spices up their resume a little bit, right? We've all done it, whether you're doing it now or you've done it in the past. You spiced it up. You got to. Employers now are trying to spice up their job titles. I think they're trying to weed out a lot of applicants. But I also have read that they're trying to attract, like, the Gen Zers and the millennials. And in my job search, I have found some of the most insane job titles, as well as scoured the internet for some of the weirdest ones people have seen. I would like to present you some of the titles that I've seen, and I want you to tell me what the actual job is.
Okay, we can do that. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So these are current job titles and what you're actually doing. First one, can you please tell me what a beverage dissemination officer would be?
I think a beverage disseminator. You refill vending machines. That's your job.
It's just a bartender. It is a bartending position at a local bar and restaurant.
That's one of those custodial engineers job where you're a janitor.
Yeah, bartender. This one is interesting. I didn't find this in my own search because that would say a lot about what I'm looking for. But this next job title. And I looked it up, a chick sexer. What is a chick sexer?
Oh, man, you sort chickens between hens and
That is 100% correct. You determine the sex of chickens.
Yeah.
You can get paid to do that.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. All right.
Which I mean, I know a guy. I mean, obviously, I grew up on a dairy farm, so I know a guy that inseminates cows, which is a crazy. Like, if you put his job title on, like,
cow fucker.
Like words, like not fucking, but like, it's wild. Yeah. You impregnate cows. That's your job.
Cow impregnator. Yeah, which you could take anyway. You could take anyway. Yeah, if I gave you enough notice, I would have been like, I want you to come up with your own job titles for real things. But all right, next one. What would be a digital overlord?
Oh yeah. You work with like IT. You're like a server. You work at server.
This is a real one. Someone was looking for a digital overlord. They are just looking for a website manager. That is it. Just to manage their website.
Then you have to call him Lord. My
Yep.
Lord.
You could literally put, if you got hired for a job on LinkedIn that said digital overlord, you could then put that on your resume. Moving on, what would you be doing, Judd, if you were a retail Jedi?
Oh, you're just working sales. Like you're working on the floor.
You are a shop or floor assistant. That is like
Yep.
at Macy's. That is
Yep.
correct. This one might be one of my favorites. What would you be doing if you were a wizard of light bulb moments?
Oh, you're just an ideas guy in like a marketing firm.
You are the marketing director for a legitimate company, I found. Yes.
Yeah.
The marketing a director position, and they are titling it Wizard of Light Bulb Moments.
Yeah,
which,
but look how cool they are.
exactly.
You know?
You know who's making these titles are the Gen Z people. Be like,
No,
hey,
you know
we
who's making these titles? I'll tell you right now. AI.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of this is it's a lot of AI stuff.
They're like, spice up this job title, and then AI just takes buzzwords
Make it
and tries.
hip.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just an interesting one I found. Real job. What would you be doing if you were an animal colorist?
Wait, animal colors? You're not like are you a painter? Are you coloring like in color books?
You would be dyeing animals for movies.
Oh, that's wild. That's a wild
So
job.
I think if you just needed a dog that was a little more chocolate lab, you just you're putting paint on them, or
A couple of those Dalmatians are also just labs.
exactly.
Got it.
Okay, these are two, and I have the company name that I found today, but I don't think I'm going to give out the company name. Legal Ninja. Legal Ninja. What would this company in San Francisco be looking for in a legal ninja?
Oh, you're a lawyer for crypto.
You are a consultant of law for Fortune 500 companies and their acquisitions. That is such a serious job, and they are calling you a ninja.
But that's also like some bro made that. Like some bro was like, "This is my company. We dive into crypto, and it's all about entrepreneurship. But we need lawyers to be ninjas.
We need you to slice and dice. You ever seen?
Yeah.
You ever played Fruit Ninja? We need you to be that, but with the law.
People are coming at us."
Okay, I don't know if you'll get this one. Company out of New York is looking for a happiness manager. What could they be looking for? A happiness manager. A masseuse. No, that would be the Patriots looking for a happiness manager.
That's a happy ending manager.
Happy ending manager. No, a happiness manager for this company out of New York is actually a budget manager and a fiscal strategist.
Oh, that's not happy at all.
I mean, if you're making money, you're
I
happy.
guess. But
that
they
one
have to do all the bad news. Like, we have to cut programs to make money, you know?
All right, last two. Problem wrangler.
You're a daycare specialist.
You are a counselor/therapist.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. And then last one, this is my very favorite, the one that got me into looking into this 2 years ago. Director of First Impressions.
You work HR.
You are a actual Walmart greeter.
That's good.
I will never forget seeing that. I'm like, Director of First Impressions. And be like, you are in charge of starting the day off on a positive note for those who walk into our brick and mortar facilities. I'm like, shut the You're just making sure people don't steal. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not a greeter. You're like, hey man, did you actually pay for that thing that still has the security tags on it?
Yeah. It's funny because like like Costco, they have to physically like mark you off. You know, like
yeah.
which is weird in itself that they
I
have to
think
do
it's
that.
good. I don't mind the people at Costco doing that. You can tell who really cares about their job and who doesn't, because we've all had a person at Costco that just goes, receipt, and they just go, here you go. And
Yeah.
you're like, did you look? And then someone who's going off of every little thing, and you're like, God damn it, I picked the wrong line to get behind, which
Yeah,
is terrible.
There was a
But
dude.
I think most of the time they just look for like one big ticket item. They're like, all right.
Well, I was in
Yeah.
Costco. Yes, I was in Costco yesterday, and I had a cart full, and I was in the checkout lane, and I had to get I had a bottle of wine, so I had to get my ID and stuff. And some guy goes like halfway through, was like, "Don't take anything else out of the cart." I was like, "Okay," and he took my ID, put the number in, and then all of a sudden, out of his pocket, he takes a like a gun, like a thing, pricing gun, literally just shoots everything in my cart and then leaves. It was insane. Loved it. It was crazy.
When you're in self-checkout, yeah, I'm like, this is phenomenal. I'll
He
start
was
positioning the
so quick.
barcodes facing upwards, because if I'm going self-checkout and I see that guy, I'm like, all right, dude, just gun it.
Dude,
Which
he
is
had
great.
a bunch of tattoos and great. And then I'm walking out and I see a person. So on my semi-pro baseball team, they have like some college kids that play, and obviously once they're out of college, that they'll stick around and still play a little bit if they're good. And one of the kids got sucked into one of those like marketing firms where they're like, oh, you're gonna work in marketing and be on the floor and have clients and that, and all they do
You're
is
just the Costco guy.
yes, yeah, that's what he is. which is very good for. I mean, he's young, so like he's just like it's a starting position, which is money, and he's making commission, so great. But yeah, it was cool to see him. But yeah, he goes, yeah, this is my sales position.
Those are funny, because I had a job for 3 days out of college. I've told you about that. I quit after 3 days because like, hey, you're going to be selling media to these companies looking to advertise. And I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. And they're like, have you seen like ads and stuff in grocery stores and all that? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, this shouldn't be that bad. It's like people want to get their name into advertising space, giant posters in stores and ballparks and whatnot. I'm like, all right, we'll do that. Sweet. And I get there, and he goes, all right, so you know those like little tiny ads you see on like the baby seat section of the grocery cart, the ones that are like an inch by an inch? And I go, yeah. He goes, you're selling that space. I go, what? And he goes, first things first, we're going to the church. You're going to lie about wanting to join, get a bulletin where everyone's advertising, and then you're going to call everyone on that bulletin. I go, I'm going to hell. It's literally the first thing we did. I just hopped in a stranger's car. He took me to a church. I said, me and my family are thinking about joining. Can I please have a bulletin? They were the happiest people I've ever seen, because I told them I wanted to join their church. Took their bulletin and then just called everyone that is paid the church and basically solicited them into like setting up a Zoom interview with my boss.
That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those places it's just not like for me. Those people in Walmart that try to sell you Spectrum internet.
Oh,
I saw this guy pretty much con this woman into changing, like an old lady. He was like, I'll save you money, but you have to come to Spectrum and this or AT&T or whatever they're selling. But then she was like, I have a new number. He goes, yeah, we gave you a new number. I was like, imagine this lady now has to change and
Everything.
figure out who had her old number and like all this. Like it was just,
Yeah.
I wanted to like, this 80-year-old lady does not need to change her number.
I never
She's fine.
understood that as a business, like, because you see it in Target a lot, or if you walk by the electronics section, you're like, hey, who are you using for your internet provider? I'm like, just go fuck yourself. Like, I don't want to talk to you. But
Yeah.
as a store, those people are extremely annoying, and that just has to disgruntle a lot of people. Do you know how many people I see those people, and instead of taking the efficient route around the store, will like cut through the baby section and go? I'm like, I just don't want to talk to them. And then I'm like, now they're avoiding your electronics section where your big ticket items are, where they probably wanted to go look at a video game, And now they're
Yeah.
like, I just don't want to go over there because Kevin from Spectrum is going to try and sell me a package I don't want.
Yeah. Well, I usually say when they're like, "Hey, who do you use for internet?" I was like, "Whoever you are, that's who I use," and then walk away.
Yeah, it's brutal. I hate those
But-
people. But
All right,
you know
well,
what?
I
You
do
got to
have
make a living.
True. You gotta make a lemon. All right, I got a game for you. A quick one. It's Denver and Milwaukee. Since you won,
Okay.
yeah, you
Yeah.
said you wanted to do it yesterday or last time. So I made a game, Denver and Milwaukee. Some of these are going to be things about Denver. Some of these are going to be things about Milwaukee. Some of these questions I'm going to ask you: is this Denver or Milwaukee? You have to tell me which one.
Okay.
So, first one, Denver or Milwaukee brews more beer than any U.S. city.
Ooh. Denver, Milwaukee. That's tough because there's Coors and Miller. I'm going to say Milwaukee.
Incorrect. Denver. They have over
Okay.
150 breweries.
Yeah, I guess that's true. They have so
Yeah.
many breweries here. We have
Yeah.
a lot too. We got to be close to like top 10,
But
right?
but a lot of them are closing. A lot of them are closing
They
down.
are. I think we're finally realizing the craft beer's got to go. It's
Well, I think the craze has stopped a little bit. You know.
yeah, we're
and-
going less hippie in Milwaukee. We're like, just give me the dive bar, cigarettes inside, and a high life, and I'm good to
Yeah,
go.
there was a boom that happened at some point, and then now it's on like the decline.
I
but-
think with Milwaukee, so like Denver here, people love the craft beer. Like my friends are like, you're gonna become a craft beer guy. I'm like, I can tell you for a fact I'm not. The breweries in Milwaukee, like we don't care for the craft beer. We want to be entertained. So I think we're getting to a lot of like if you're not entertaining, you're just making like 2 beers and you're just a space, you're probably gonna die off pretty quickly.
Yeah. Are you not entertained?
Exactly.
All right. How many days of sunshine does Denver get a year?
300.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of sunshine.
It's a lot of. It's so sunny right now, 60 degrees. My window's open. It's great. I realized that the door's open, the TV's on. This audio might be nasty, but yeah. And Wisconsin, I think it's the other 60.
Yeah, I think that's
65,
all
yeah.
we get. That's all we get, and it's all during the summer.
Exactly.
So, in what city did the restaurant claim to invent the cheeseburger in 1935?
Ooh, claim to event. So this is either Denver or
Denver.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I think it's Milwaukee.
Incorrect. It's Denver. The Humpty
Damn.
Dumpty Drive-In in 1935.
They claim to invent the burger.
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. So I was gonna say, because I've seen a video where I'm pretty sure like the people who think they invented the burger or some kind of burger was in New York, and they put like just a hunk of meat between 2 grill grates and put it into what looks like a toaster, and then put it in between 2 slices of white bread, and they go crazy over it. But
Yeah,
the cheeseburger, Denver, Colorado. Interesting.
that's what it says. All right. The giant 40-foot tall blank is peeking out of the Colorado Convention Center. Is one of the most famous landmarks. What is peeking out?
Of the what?
The Colorado Convention Center. A 40-foot tall what?
I feel like I live close to the convention center. What's peeking out of it? 40 feet tall. Is it a? I don't know. Is it a sword?
It is a blue bear.
A blue bear.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have been a better. I should have guessed much better than a sword.
Yeah, just a sword, like a 40-foot sword.
Yeah.
That's very funny. When did Denver first legalize marijuana?
2016.
Ooh, very close. 2012.
2012. Okay, I knew it was
First state to ever do it.
first
Or
state to ever do it. Yeah.
First city to ever do it, actually.
Interesting. 2012 is actually, damn, that's a while ago.
That's early.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Milwaukee still hasn't done it.
Yeah.
We've decriminalized it, I think.
Denver International Airport is infamous for wild conspiracy theories, including hidden bunkers, mysterious murals, and a giant demonic blue horse called what?
I don't know what it's called. I know Bluey. I don't know, but is
Oh, you are so close.
it,
You are so close.
What is it?
Blucifer.
Blucifer. Okay. Blucifer, and it's because it fell on the person who created it and killed him.
Yes.
And it's also
Yes.
got red eyes. Yeah.
Yes. Blucifer. Yeah. If you see a menu in Denver, beware because they have deep fried what? Which is a local delicacy.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Which is?
Bull testes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first ever Mexican restaurant chain opened up in Denver in 1993. What is it?
Mexican restaurant? A chain? Wait, what time?
1993.
Is it the Rio Grande?
Is that a chain?
Yeah, it's a chain.
It's a Mexican chain?
Yeah, I don't know.
Chipotle.
Chipotle? Oh, we were going like chain. Okay. Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
I was thinking like specific here. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to figure that out? Chipotle. Yeah, that was a better guess.
This city invented the first typewriter.
Milwaukee.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Milwaukee has more of this per capita than anywhere else in the world.
Is it like drunk counties?
No, this is just a city.
Racism. More per capita. We have more. Oh shit! Parks.
No, frozen custard stands.
Frozen custard stands.
Isn't that funny? We're like one of the coldest places, but we have so many frozen custard stands.
Well, it's actually just custard stands, and then we realized, you know what? We can open this year round and make it frozen 9 months out of the year.
Yeah. Rockwell Animation or Automotion has a blank larger than Big Ben.
Rockwell Automation is the largest four-sided clock tower in the world.
That is correct. There you go.
Formerly known as Allen Bradley.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Formerly known as Allen Bradley.
Yeah, I know a good amount. I've been to the top of that
why?
clock tower.
Why do you know that?
Why do I know that? Oh.
I throw that one in there for you.
Yeah.
You've been
I
on
used
top
to work
of that?
I used to work for Rockwell.
You've been on top of that?
Yeah, I've been on top of the clock tower. I was an intern at Rockwell. I was a manufacturing engineer at their Mequon plant.
Wow.
Yeah,
fun.
I shouldn't have been, but I was.
Yeah. Nepotism. All right. WWE wrestlers have a weird history when they come to Milwaukee, and some of the people skip it. Why?
What are you asking?
WWE has a weird history when they come to Milwaukee, and some wrestlers skip the visit to Milwaukee. Why?
What is the weird history?
Yeah.
What do they skip?
There are two answers for this.
Is it like a polar plunge?
No.
I
I don't think you're going to get this one, but
I've never watched the WWE in my life.
it also has to do with baseball a little bit, too, because baseball players. The hotel that they stay in is supposedly haunted, and then also WWE wrestlers have a weird thing called the Milwaukee Curse, where more wrestlers get injured at Milwaukee than any other place.
Okay, two things. One thing. The hotel they stay at. Are you telling me in all the years they've only stayed at one hotel? Like
Well,
you
do you know what
couldn't
the
find a
hotel
different-
is? Do you know what the hotel is? Pfister.
This is the Pfister? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's supposedly haunted, and one of the pitchers for the I think the Cardinals said it was haunted and like stayed up all night like trying to because he was so scared and like couldn't play the next day. It's wild.
Yeah, it's also a rough name for a hotel, the Pfister.
Well, hardly even know her.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the name of the statue giving the thumbs up?
Is it the Bronze Fonz?
That is true. The Bronze Fonz, baby.
Actually,
Friday-
I've never seen that in person.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Where is it?
It's kind of by the Marcus Theater. You know where that is?
Yeah.
It's on those bridges that you walk across.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Fish fries became popular with breweries. Why?
Lent.
Incorrect. I mean, that's a good thought, but it was because they needed a way to keep customers during Prohibition.
Interesting. I think Lent's a
Yeah.
good answer, though.
That's a really good answer.
Yeah.
Probably have to do something, but yeah, there you go. That's the Milwaukee versus Denver.
I don't think I did overwhelmingly bad or overwhelmingly good.
Yeah.
You can tell
Keep
I
it that way.
didn't
Just
explore Milwaukee while I was there, and I've only been here for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slowly exploring. It's nice. I like exploring and finding new places. I'm hoping to find like my favorite gems of restaurants here.
Yeah.
My buddy has this a giant Excel spreadsheet of all the places him and his fiance have gone, and they've ranked it from -5 to 5, and where I'm like, all right, well, we'll try these out. Definitely your 5s, but I'm interested to see if any of his like negative numbers. I'm like, I kind of like these. I've already found one or two that I'm like, all right, these bagel places aren't as bad as you say they are, but I'm excited to make my own opinions.
I'm obviously a big coffee shop person here, and one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, there's a new coffee shop that opened up, and I really like it. It's very cool." And I went there, and they have 2 outlets in the entire place, and they are both right next to the bathroom.
Yeah, for me, they're both next to the bathroom.
They're both next to the bathroom, and then in like a window that is facing east. So if you go there in the morning, you have just glaring sun at you next to the bathroom while you work.
Yeah, that's what's the coffee shop?
Oh, it's coffee and beans. I don't know. It was something like that.
Have you been to the Camaria Coffee in Greenfield?
No. Is that I've only been to maybe I have. Is in
It's right by
Greenfield or
Cops?
Greendale?
I think it's Greenfield. It's right by Southridge Mall.
Oh, right by Cops. It used to be Starbucks.
Yeah, there's a Camaria Coffee. I recommend going there, getting the Camaria latte. Make sure they put the sugar in it. It's just a little bit, but it's one of the best. I'm usually a black coffee person, and that's why I'm not like a coffee shops for me are a big atmosphere place.
Yeah,
Can I work
vibes.
there? Can I do it? I really don't care about the coffee unless it's overwhelmingly sour, because I'm just going to get the smallest cup of coffee, black, and sit. So
Yeah, you're on vibes only.
yeah, but this place, I got the latte, and usually not a milk person. I'm like, this is delicious. But I recommend the Camaria latte at, I believe it's Camaria Coffee. It's in the strip where like Wisconsin Vision is.
I know where that is. Yeah.
It's busy too. Like people go there, they just hang out.
If I'm over there, I'm usually at Bloom's Coffee.
They do like I think it's carafes, or I don't know if it's Turkish coffee or something. I'm gonna butcher it, but
Yeah, please
this is a big plug for them.
Yeah, they're gonna be really rolling in the dough.
So busy.
Fat Chance told us to come here.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. How long have we been going?
We have 2 minutes, I think, before your camera shuts off.
Oh, all right. Well, let's.
We can wrap it up. Did you just turn it off?
No. I was just checking. Because I don't have it in battery. I have it plugged into the wall, so it might be continuous.
Who knows?
Who knows? But I do want to end on the funny thing of AJ Dillon is probably listening to this right now.
Oh, that'd be great.
You know? Because AJ Dillon was looking, gonna be former Packers running back AJ Dillon was looking for recommendations for a podcast, and our buddy who won the March Madness last year is put in there that he should listen to Fat Chance podcast.
Yeah,
so,
I doubt he's listening to it, but if he is, AJ, we appreciate it. Shoot me a DM. We'd love to have you on. You can come. You could just hang out with us. We'll have a game for you.
But I think that should be a good thing. Is if you listen to Fat Chance podcast and you made it this far, get in some people's DMs that they should listen to the Fat Chance podcast. Or if anyone's ever like, hey, what's a good podcast recommendation? Put the Fat Chance podcast. Tell a friend.
Just for shits and gigs, even if you hate it.
Then tell enemies. Tell people you don't like to listen to this.
Yeah, I want all those people. I want just a bunch of angry, bitter people who watch this all the time.
You mean the internet?
Yeah, come on, world. Come on it.
We can talk about that off the pod, but there's some crazy stuff going on in the scene, and well, not our scene, but a scene that's adjacent.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, but
yeah,
we'll go into that right now after we hang up on everyone else. So goodbye,
yeah.
and
we're
gonna
come to the golf outing.
Come to the golf outing. Drink booze better, and
get some sweats.
Get some sweats from Comfort. Have yours come in yet?
Mine has not come in yet.
Okay. Well, mine just came out of the dryer, so I'm putting them on today. But on 3, we're going to clap, and it's probably going to be what Judd calls a lag, but I don't get it. So 3, 2, 1.